Hold on a minute. Hey, YouTube. Ooh, Florida proved too much for the man. He didn't make it. Now he's living the life. Okay, allow Chrome to find devices, local network. Go. Now he's living the life. He's leaving the life. He came to know. He said he's going. He said he's going back to find. Going back to find what was left of his world. A world he left behind not so long ago. He's leaving on that midnight train to Georgia. Hey, YouTube, what's up? Who we dragging? Lord, they dragging each other, honey. Okay, since the time I started on YouTube, there has been this beef going on. This has been primarily coming from one camp. This is Michelle the alien. She everywhere she can fit in some kind of dig at Funky Dineva for over the last 9 to 10 years, she takes it, right? So he has been an essential part of her content since they're falling out. So yes, I'm talking about Funky Dineva and Michelle the alien. They're back on the stage again. I was watching. I don't watch either one of these guys. They're primarily they do entertainment news. Primarily reality television is their big thing. I don't watch those shows, so I wasn't familiar with them. But I saw at the, I don't know how in hell I saw it actually. At the end of Funky Dineva's video on yesterday, he tears into this woman. Now I'm still trying to figure out, why did he tear into the woman? What did she do? What did she do? What has she done to him lately? She must have did something that pissed him off, or he got wind of something that she did, right? So we're gonna get a little small taste. Everybody's talking about it, I know, but I would just get my opinion as well. I'll speak in a minute, people. Don't give up on me.
A decade in, and you still find it in your soul to be upset or throw shade or whatever it is you call yourself doing after a decade of somebody not paying you any attention, a decade, and you're still going. Have at it. Because here is the reality of the situation. I own Michelle Brown. I own Michelle Brown. Michelle Brown is the only person I know that don't like me, that know more about my life than people that like me do.
Well, that happens, Dineva, when y'all were at one point you're friends. I said always going to be the best beefs are going to be people who you actually know, correct? So since y'all fell out, you have resentment, deep resentment. The resentment going all the way back to at a time. I guess Michelle Brown she had property. She was seemed that she had a little bit of money. She was in a better situation than he was, correct? So she rented him her townhouse. They were friends. She claims that she was training him, showing him the ropes, how to run the channel and so forth. It has been alleged that Funky Dineva had some kind of a drug problem at that time. Plus, he wasn't very successful at that time. He was starting up kind of thing. But she rented him this big townhouse. Now, if he was doing drugs, of course he's going to fall behind. I mean, that's kind of part of it, right? But she will not let him rest at this situation. There's nothing worse than continuing to throw somebody's past up in them, up in their face, correct? She will not let this go. She still calls him to this day Junkie Dineva. Now, he's been able to accomplish many things now. He's been able to do well for himself, but in her mind, he'll always be Junkie Dineva, and she will always be Dirty Diana. Mm-hmm. Let me see where I'm at. Let's pick it up some more. So I was thinking, well, she's always coming at him like that, and he very rarely responds. So what was it that kicked the day off? I don't know.
People I don't like, I'm not in and out their social media feeds.
Mm-hmm.
People I don't like, I'm not on their channels. People I don't like, I don't discuss. And sure, some flipping bitch gonna be like, yeah, but you discussing her now, you must be bothered. Nah, it was relevant to the story. I just brought it up. And I want to take it a step further. Here is why people like Michelle Brown do what they do. Mm-hmm. Because Michelle Brown has done a very good job of cultivating an audience of people who are similarly disenfranchised like her. They are people who are conventionally unattractive, who are miserable, who feels like the world has not given them everything they deserve. And they're also a very niche group of people. They're a group of people who feel like they get shitted on in life because they're a Black woman. Because
I don't know why she's so upset, Michelle Alien. Apparently, she's been living in condos since we met her. Condos, high-rise condos. She's been driving around in Porsches. She's wearing Rolex watches. She's constantly changing her set. She has rental properties. So I don't know why she would feel like that she's doing so bad, right? Now, she was obviously in a different place there, than him back in the day. He's implying that she is jealous. She is jealous because of where they started, and now he has done so much with his career. Now, I'm not sure what his career is right now. I think it's primarily just his YouTube channel. But as he said when he left Fox Soul, he can do better on his YouTube channel by himself than he could working for a network, right? And he's living in a big house now. Let's hope that he's at some point able to purchase the house. Maybe he's got some kind of agreement where he could actually buy the house. He was very excited about it. So he's doing well, and he feels like she is resentful. They're in the exact same business. They cover the very same stories. They are competitors. So this beef will probably never go away. No matter what nobody says, all of the celebrities you talk about, right? Nothing grabs the attention like these internet beefs between real people. Correct? How y'all doing? How y'all doing today? Make up to break up. That's all they do. They never really made up. How you doing, Lincoln Berries? Torrey in New York City? It's Z. Rachel, TLCN3. I think everybody covered this story, but it came on last evening when I had already crawled into my slumber. So I said, well, it can wait till the morning. If history is any indicator, we will be hearing more, primarily from her camp. This gives her commentary, right? She can go on and on and on about Funky Dineva, right? I can attest to that. Sometimes it's just these people get in your crawl, and you're just waiting for an opportunity. So Funky Dineva is very pissed at her. He continues to talk about the smell of her lady parts. She continues to talk about the condition of her condo, which she leased to him 10 years ago, where she has to take responsibility. You gave this dude who was barely making a living back then, you gave him a condo, a source of your income for no down payment, no security, no nothing, right? You had to be aware that he was using at that time allegedly, and then you're pissed off because your house was not cleaned up as he was leaving the condo. Well, you guys were in a full-on fight. I don't know why you think he would take the time, since he had no security deposit. That's the whole principle of the security deposit. If I'm going to get $2,000-$3,000 when I clean this place up, I'm going to clean it up. But if I'm not going to get anything back, why am I going to clean it up? Particularly if I hate the person who owns the damn thing, and we are having an online feud and fight. So she went through there and she claims there's poop on the floor. Well, if you have a dog, they are able to poop. Probably maybe in the process of moving, dogs got excited. And he said, fuck that bitch, and just left it there. Well, that's not, I mean, I don't know what the hell, that don't mean he was living like that, or there was poop on the floors when he was living there. That's the condition he left it in, because at that point, he hated your ass, right? So the main thing for me about that whole situation is he paid her. She sued him for that apartment, for the security deposit, for, I guess she got some kind of extra for the deposit, and the back rent. I guess he had went 2 or 3 months without paying rent, and she sued him, and they guaranteed her his wages. This is when Funky Dineva was still poor, so the garnishment would have hurt at that time. Now he could handle it now. He could probably just write her a check now, but these are different times, right? But the main thing is Michelle T, the alien. No, I'm not mispronouncing the ATLN. She's the alien to me. He paid you though, girl. So you needed to let that go years and years and years ago, but you won't let it go, right? That's like somebody saying to me, like when they get mad at me, they want to call me the meth monster, right? But I'm no longer a meth monster, nigga. Correct? You're talking about something that I did 20 and 30 years ago. Baby, we all going to experience things in our lives. Correct? Yeah, I used to sell drugs and do a lot of drugs. Correct? In my past 30 years ago. Who wants to have that constantly thrown up in your face, yeah? Right? But that's what she chooses to do. She is usually the aggressor. He made some interesting points about Michelle the alien. Now, I don't know how much we have to go into that, because it's basically the same stuff. Her pussy stinks, and he's a junkie. His name is Junkie Dineva. Okay, hold on. I don't know if he does drugs. It doesn't surprise me. He always act like these are the only people doing drugs. They drug addicts right here on YouTube, honey. All the ones y'all call stars, superstars, and all that, bunch of drug addicts. So it's not that unusual if somebody had done drugs at some point, right? Hold on a minute. Let's get a little small taste of this one before he gets into the other one. There's 2 of them.
Because they're a black woman. Michelle speaks very well to that group of women who are, oh, they hate black women. That's her tribe. That's her tribe. Mm-hmm. And it's a bunch of bitter, unattractive, miserable people. Those are her tribe. Mm. And that is why Michelle is able to sit up over there and tell lies that people know are lies. And they just run with it. They just run with it. They just run with it because you want to hate me so bad. And it's something about my life that bothers you so bad that you rather sit over there with her and hate. Again, my life is an open book. There is enough that you can read me about in my real life that you don't have to make up. But here's the bigger story. The bigger story is, the reason why I don't get bothered by the stuff that Michelle Brown does.
You're bothered today, brother.
She doesn't like me.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're supposed to do. That girl don't like me. I'll take it a step further. That girl hates me. So you can't get mad at somebody who dislike you or hate you for doing the things.
It's a thin line between love and hate. She gonna fool you one day. The sweetest woman in the world can be the meanest woman in the world if you make her that way. Doo-doo, doo, doo-doo. But deep inside, she lightly holding something inside that'll really, really hurt you one day. Ooh, okay, I'll stop. Okay, so she don't like you. Okay, hold on.
That people who dislike people do. That's what she does. But what is sad about it, and where I will always win over Michelle Brown, and why Michelle Brown is always going to be mad, is because everything Michelle Brown has tried to do against me for over a decade has not amounted to a pile of shit. She ain't stopped nothing. Michelle, you big, fat, funky, frowsy bitch, and I'm going to do you one better. While we on the line, Oliver saw your ass at the Nene Leakes show, and he came back and reported that you still just as musty, still just as stink, still just as funky as you was 10 years ago when I wasn't, when me and you stopped.
All right. So his complaint is always about her vagina. So probably until they plant her in the ground, people are going to be saying that she stink. Why? Because that's what they heard. They keep hearing that. And I'm sure when they run into her in Atlanta, all this is occurring in Atlanta, Georgia. When they run each other in social events or whatever, people going sniffing that woman, right? I can't imagine that she has such a bad odor. I mean, she does seem to do well financially. She does make a reasonable living here on YouTube. She has, I guess, several properties. I don't know, but I would think that she has enough to cleanse her body. I mean, if you know people are going to be talking about you stinking for 20 years, obviously you're going to take time to groom yourself. Correct. So I don't know. They're stuck on the stink and they're stuck on the drug thing. And it just happens because they don't like each other. He is correct with that, honey. And it's good content. Dineva put this at the end of his video, and look at all the buzz he's gotten. I've seen at least 6 videos since last night concerning this very issue. Now I don't know that means that they're doing it for clout. More than likely, he has heard something she has said recently. She's constantly talking about him, though. She constantly got him in her mouth. Correct. He's heard something. I don't know if they have one of these $1 people over there who tell them information. Oh, what she said, what she said. I simply don't know. But after he's finished with her, he goes into this thing with Tasha K. Now he gets pretty intense with Tasha K. And I wouldn't recommend doing this because what he's doing is he is threatening to slap the piss out of her when he sees her. In other words, it's on site. Now, I don't know any man should be putting that on film. Believe me, that video is downloaded. So if anything happens to that woman, you threaten to go and slap the piss out of her, and then there was an altercation at a restaurant or something. We have it on tape, sir. You admitted you want to slap her. Now she says that you slapped her and you want to fight her husband. So I don't know how smart this was. I don't know where he's coming from with this, but let's see if we can get a little taste of that. Hold on a minute. This is all towards the last 15 minutes of his video. Come on, Funky. Make my funky P-funk. I want my folk uncut. Come on.
Oh, Q, this is borderline bullying. No, the fuck is not. That girl got 10 years worth of comments, all about 10 years worth of videos about me. And this right here alone is going to give her another 10 years worth. Have at it. And see, I'm changing up my tune a little bit because I normally don't address other YouTubers and bloggers and all that.
That's
Tasha
true.
K, you another one. You another one. I've tried to keep my peace with you. Okay? But Tasha K, I want you to know this, and you can put this on record. Okay? You can put this on record. The next time I publicly see you, I am going to walk up to you and I'm going to slap the shit out of you. And then I'm already just throw my setup and be ready to fight your husband. And the sad part about it is I actually like your husband a lot. I have no problems with your husband. You, on the other hand, Tasha, you the same raggedy bitch that every time you see me in public, it never fails. Every time you see me in public, you run up in my face trying to be my friend.
No, wait a minute, Funky. Okay, we're trying to understand here and be fair. You are upset with her because she tries to be your friend, or are you saying it is the two-facedness that you've taken offense at? Because you didn't threaten, you ain't gonna slap the shit out of Michelle. Well, you said she won't come outside. Lord have mercy. Okay, Atlanta. If there's a reason that he is upset with her today, she's done something today, and it doesn't surprise me. This is YouTube, people, right? They all have their favorite which ones, including myself, of who they fuck with, right? But you are mad at her because she tries to be your friend. Walk us through it. Help us to understand, baby. Hold on.
Last time it was at Spoon's Them wedding. Back up before that, it was at Spoon's Them dinner. I walked in, Tasha K and her husband was sitting at one end of the table. I went and sat down at the other end of the table. I said hello to everyone, including Tasha and her husband. I went and sat at the other end of the table. We get to the end of the dinner. Here come this bitch bringing a chair down from the other end of the table. She gonna come put a chair next to me, talking about, so funky, trying to talk to me. And I said to her, Tasha, I don't want to talk to you. I'm not interested in being friends with you. Tasha's response was, Funky Dineva, how can you say that? You don't know me on a personal level. And I said to her, and you've done enough for me to not want to know you on a personal level. I don't want to be your friend. And you sat at the end of that table all but begging me to try to be your friend. We let that ride. I told you, Tasha, I don't want nothing to do with you. Whenever I see you, though, we'll speak and it's cool. Industry courtesy. Ran into you at Spoon's wedding. She was the MC and the person with the mic, interviewing the people, asking them what they had on. I can coexist with anybody. Mm-hmm. I got out the car. I saw that her ass was MCing it. I rolled my eyes. I put my big boy panties on, and I said, let me go do the interview. I did it. She did the whole what are you wearing thing. I played nice in the sandbox. We get ready to leave the party. I'm leaving. Me, Carlos King, and his friend drove. We leaving the party. I'm sitting in the car, waiting on Carlos. Tasha come walk her ass up to the car.
You know how she's sweet.
Want to hug me, talking about, even though you don't fuck with me, I'm going to keep hugging you, and I'm going to keep trying until you be my friend. She said, I'm going to keep trying, or something she said. These bitches will see you in person and want to be your friend.
Now, here's where you messed up, bro. You didn't, we can understand people being angry. I don't think that you're going to go up there and slap some woman in public. However, you did not tell us what this woman has done to you. By saying a woman approached you and she wants to be your friend, and she's saying that, well, I know you hate me, but I'm going to keep on trying. I'm going to keep on trying to you be my friend and all this kind of stuff. I don't get it. Why would you make that one? You slap the piss out of her, honey. Right? That you should have went more into that. Perhaps there'll be other videos. I'm sure Tasha K is going to respond to this, and Michelle Alien will respond to this 14 or 15 times, girl. So I don't know what he's mad at. Who the hell is Spoons? Well, they're all in the same business. These are all competitors. You will find this even if you're in the real estate business or whatever business you in, you're going to have competitors. If you look at the politics, right? Those people, it's a natural thing. They're on opposing teams, correct? So we don't know what sparked this in him. Has something happened? Has there been an incident where they've said something that's so far out of bounds? It's been going on for 9 to 10 years. I don't know. Let me see what y'all think. Let me see what y'all think. Now, I will say that I do believe that ATLN is she's a homophobe. She's homophobic, or she doesn't have a problem with attacking people because of their homosexuality. She feels like that is an easy punch, because she did used to parade around with this gay boy who was her friend. And before they fell out, Funky Dineva was her friend. Okay, so I'll take it back. I'm not going to say she's a homophobe, but she uses that like her ongoing beef with T.S. Madison. She's still calling him her man hands and all that little shit. Her ongoing beef, and she makes their sexuality an issue. Like the gay boys are against the black women. I'm a black woman. I mean, people do that. People are tribal, right? And he's suggesting that she has made this she has a group of people, man haters, basically. Whatever. Lost my train of thought. What y'all think? Let me see. Okay. He did her dirty and she's financially set. She doesn't need anyone or anything. Okay. So he became successful just based on internet, right? She is successful. Apparently, she has a way with money. Oh, I don't know if she had a divorce or some kind of way where she was even coming into this thing. She was already supporting herself relatively well. She was already being the glamour girl, right? Certainly to someone like him who was just starting, she was the big mama, correct? So I don't get the impression that she has financial problems. It's not like I need more numbers than you. You got more. So it could be like a numbers game. Who's getting the most numbers? Who is the most popular? Who is the? I don't think it comes down to money. I think they're both making a living, right? Let me see. She doesn't need anyone anything. Okay. She's kind of well, she just maintains. She has her channel, she comes on every day, she talks about reality TV, and she maintains her life. He's been able to progress, right? His numbers are growing. I don't know if he has 1 million viewers or some shit like that, but his has come from specifically from YouTube. And that is the part that he says that she is jealous of, is the numbers. And he's also had opportunities in television and with TGIF. He's had several opportunities that she hasn't had. So maybe they think that. So they always take it back to the easiest denominator is stinky pussies and drug addicted crackheads. Bad Tenant. Okay, we got some Michelle lovers over here, or Michelle supporters. That's okay. We got all kind of people over here, honey. Some people support her. They're regular. And if they're going to watch her for any amount of time, they're going to get resentments against Funky Dineva because she's constantly putting him down, right? She's constantly showing pictures of him with crack all over his nose, or actors, and he's suggesting that's the condition he's in. We don't know what the situation is. He seems to maintain his life. Most crackheads, if he is indeed a crackhead, would have went down by now. They don't generally go up. It's very rare that you meet a person who is a real crackhead. In other words, they're addicted to crack cocaine. They almost never go up. It starts off slow. They lose their apartment. They lose their car. They lose their wife. They lose a relationship with their children. It's a constant loss until they end up on the street. That is what happens with crackheads. Believe me, I know. Right? So I don't think he's a crackhead. Now, if he had a period where he was using drugs, not unusual. Go down to the club. Go in the bathroom at the club. Y'all go to the disco and go in the bathroom, honey. I'm wondering why people won't come out. Hey, come on out of there. I gotta pee. Right? A lot of people use drugs. That doesn't mean that you are a drug addict forever. I am not a drug addict. My mama did not produce any drug addicts, honey. I became that. It became my part of my experience in life. Right? I've had all kinds of experiences, honey. That is not the dominant force. I'm not a drug addict. A lot of people believe, well, once a drug addict, always a drug addict. Well, that's how 12-step likes to see it. It works for them. It doesn't work for me. I don't call myself no damn drug addict. I'm not gonna call myself a drug addict if I don't do drugs, and I haven't done them in 20-something years, 25 years, as a matter of fact. Whatever works for you, honey. Okay, let me read some more. The way he messed up her house. Did he really mess up her house? Or is that something that landlords go through every time somebody moves out? Michelle Alien, listen to me. That's why you have a security deposit. The people are not cleaning up your house because they like you. They're not doing that. They're concerned with their maintaining their credit, and they're mainly concerned with getting their deposit back, getting their money back, honey. You charged him no deposit. That was your choice, your responsibility. Let it go. I think you need to let it go. Let it go, baby. Let it go, girl. But he's just content for her, honey. That's all that is. All this hatred of T.S. Madison, I don't think any of this shit's real. I think it's all just content. Now, she'll use this for content. But you said, well, she's a good businesswoman because this is good content. Aren't we all watching it? Aren't 10 and 12 people covering what happened last night at the same time? Right? Even in the cartoons. I don't know. I just thought of cartoons. Right. There's always an enemy, honey. Sherlock Holmes. You always got to have a Moriarty. But he is correct in saying that he generally does not address other YouTubers. No, he's had some famous blow-ups. The thing with her, and then there's also a thing with Kaya. That was a classic, in my opinion. She had a thing with Kaya. He occasionally will come out, but as a general rule, he's not like the beef sector where we're just talking about each other all the time. He rarely does that. And I guess he finds it offensive that she continues to come after him and to soil his name. Well, those people are just going to hate you, period, Dineva. Not only her, but the people who are attracted to her brand of entertainment. Right? They like that, honey. And a lot of those people, they don't like you because she don't like you. Whatever. Why is Funky Dineva strategically attacking females and not men? Well, baby, this audience is all female. I mean, we may come on here. The gays seem to have a way over here in the beef sector, but on the internet in general, a lot of gay men have channels, but the audience is probably 80, 90% women. Men don't sit around watching this stuff, child. Now, they may have their little hip hop channels and so forth, but primarily the audience are women. So I don't think that he hates women. I don't think she necessarily hates gays, right? I don't think she's a textbook homophobe. I think she uses that as content. So why isn't he not going after men? First of all, there's no straight men over here. And I'm not just talking about beef sector. I'm just talking about in general. They don't usually watch Real Housewives, or they don't watch reality TV, correct? So we're catering to you guys. You are the power over here, are the women. When they get into it, if everybody in that sector are all covering reality TV and celebrity news, whatever, when he gets in the argument, it's going to be with a woman because they are the highest ones, right? I don't think it was a smart thing to be threatening this woman. You're going to beat her up and beat her husband up, though. That's kind of crosses the line. And I don't know that it would actually happen just because Atlanta is what it is. You're in the exact same business. You would be going to the same social events. I assume you all can afford to go to the best restaurants in Atlanta. You're bound to run into each other. And after you've made a commitment that when I see you, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to come up and I'm going to slap the taste out your mouth. Okay. Now that is a real threat. And you have it on film. That could be a terrorist threat even now. You could be charged with a crime for that. So I don't know if he had a couple of drinks or what. This should be the time of their lives, but nobody seems to be very happy. Seems like they sing the same tune every other year. Well, that's what it is. He hasn't made it clear of what's pissing him off right now. That's kind of confusing for me. 23 likes. Come on, guys. Would you please hit the like button? Thank you. Mm-hmm. Sing us a song. Shut up about the cheering. It's gotten to the point we're not gonna make it. They were friends at one point. I wonder how friendly they really were, because they really have. I mean, it really went sour, honey. But remember, now this was building, because not only did he leave the apartment in that condition, but she had been evicting him, and she had been not paying. He had not been paying the rent for several months, so it was already building and building and building. Him moving out was simply the climax to the situation. But I think it is significant that she sued him and he paid her every dime of the money that he owed her. She should have let it go at there. But because of the complication that they're in the same business, they couldn't just move on. I'm sure he's not the first person she's had to evict. People, if you're going to go into, you want to be a landlord, there are going to be situations. Look at what we went through with COVID. I mean, all those people who had tenants, some of the mom pop situations, they only had 2 or 3 apartments, John. Those people were not able to pay their rent. And then the government came up with, okay, you can't evict them. So they had to continue to pay their mortgage without getting the money that was coming in from their rent. That was a very horrible situation, honey. But that's all goes with it. Imagine, honey, imagine the hell my manager's gonna go through when I move out of here. All the goddamn holes in the wall. Shit. When I was gonna tell y'all the story. Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Did I tell you the story? I want to give you a scam alert. Scam alert. And this applies to eBay. Do y'all buy stuff on eBay? Listen, y'all can see that I like busts. I've been collecting busts for most of my adult life. Granted, I lost all of them when I was using, but I collected them again. I like these big busts. The bigger, the better. I got them all over my apartment. I have just as many in my bedroom as I have in here, correct? And I saw this bust on eBay. And I said, well, that's one of the classic ones that I do not have. I have most of the ones that are classic that everybody has, David, Venus, things like that. I already have them. And so I try to now is to get things that are, the more unique they are is what attracts me. I don't want what everybody else has. So I saw one and it's beautiful. And it appeared to be on eBay a bust like these ones that are lined up on that shelf up there. Right? And it wasn't horribly expensive, but it was over $100. right? So I've sat up here for 3 weeks waiting for this bus, waiting for this bus. I already had a place where I wanted to replace one and give it away and then put it there and all that kind of stuff, right? So it looked like a regular sized bus. This is what I came in the mail yesterday. Look at that thing, girl. Here's my cell phone. It's smaller than my goddamn cell phone, honey. But when they posted it, it looked like this, right? Right, and they had it situated where it looked like it was the same size as the ones behind him. Now he's a cute little fella, but I ain't got no use for that. Plus, if you put him up on where, how high you would have to put him because his face is up under here, girl, to see him. I was so pissed. I don't return stuff. If I bought it, I bought it. Just call it a lesson. But that is a scam alert. That's the second time they got me, honey. So always make sure. I thought I did measure that damn thing though. I thought I did. I did pay attention to the measurements, but they got me. They got me for a little picture in my bathroom as well, where it looks like on Facebook, it looks like a 3-dimensional kind of a character. I think it's the Archangel Michael, and it looks like it's 3D. Don't buy that because when it came, it was nothing but like a flat piece of paper. I just call them lessons, honey. So where were we at? Hold on. But ain't nobody saying she smells but her. She keeps talking about it, honey. I can't imagine somebody having that much of a body odor. Obviously, Michelle, the alien, can afford to buy the best perfumes, the best ointments, the best body cleansers, the best cosmetic stuff. She seems to be into that. She's constantly dressing herself up. And I will even say, I mean, I try not to be biased, but she does look a lot better. She used to look like Coleman because she didn't know how to do her makeup. She didn't, but now she looks a lot better, and it looks like she's taken off some weight. Not according to Funky Dineva. Funky Dineva says she's managing to gain weight, but I don't think so. I think this is what we see, so we don't always see the ass and all that kind of stuff. But she looks like she's doing all right. So I guess you guys can find out if she's done something recently. But she does that constantly. She's always got him in her mouth. Premeditated. What's premeditated, hon? And why does Funky Dineva want to slap the shit out of that girl, Tasha K? What has she done? Did she read him? Remember, because Tasha K was friends with Funky Dineva while they both jointly together were reading Michelle the Alien. So he says that he hasn't spoken to her in the last 10 years, in a decade, he repeats. But that's not true because they blew up 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago on Tasha K's channel. She was interviewing him and they had some big thing going on. So that was less than 5 years ago. He targeting black women, but his black women is his audience reader. We have to try to be fair, right? Funky that even should be sued. I think he's just targeting one of his competitors, honey. How can he have a problem with? Now he does come kind of hard on black women, but the relationship between the gays and the women is very similar, but it's not perfect, right? I mean, we have more in common in general. We have more in common with women than we do with straight men. Just my opinion. But those are all the people who are watching him, or those hundreds of thousands of people. Those are primarily women too, right? All the people he covers, they're not really talking about the men. They're talking about the women. The only time they talk about the men is because they're in relationship with the women. So people like to make it about that. She feels she has to be the defender of all women, kind of thing. I stopped watching her or even looking in there because of the situation with with T.S. Madison. I don't think any of that was called for. She continues to want to misgender that person. It's not necessary. But she does use that. And apparently her followers, they like all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But listen, people follow, look how many followed Donald Trump. What was it, 75 million people? Right? They'll follow any goddamn thing. You present it right. Tasha K. Tasha K, a gutter snipe. Okay, Wise James. Okay, calm down, hon. This was stupid to put on tape. That was a mistake. The first thing she did was download that video, Funky Dineva. Now you can, I would say just take that down, but it's already been downloaded by her and all her followers. Huh? So you better hope that girl don't bump into a tree or something, child. Threatening her was wrong, but why is it okay for them to antagonize and target him? Yeah, they treat him like shit, honey. That's content for them, particularly that alien. I don't know if she's been watching. I don't watch all these people. If their thing is entertainment news or particularly reality TV, I don't see them unless it's something like this. This is something that everybody was talking about. Who the hell is Spoons? I don't know who Spoons is, but apparently they just got married. They know all the same people, right? They talk about the same people. That's Tasha K, Michelle Alien, Michelle the Alien, Kaya, all the same. Oh, you think, wait a minute, Wise, RJ, you think Tasha K, Michelle the Alien, and Kaya, they're all the same person? Or they all have the same content? And the same ways about themselves? Yeah, she garnished his wages, honey. He paid her back when he probably didn't have the means, or at least it was significant for him. That may be why he's so upset. I couldn't even pay my rent. He says she pretends to be friends. She pretends to be friends, but she is not. That is not a reason to slap somebody, honey. Especially not a man slapping a woman. And we know that some of these people get in these relationships and so forth. They have and something might happen, and maybe once or twice in a lifetime, this man lost control and slapped a woman or whatever. But as far as somebody just liking you or saying they want to be friends with you and they ain't gonna give up, I don't know if that's a reason to have such vitriol, and certainly not to threaten to do somebody bodily harm. Now you have said that it's on site. What if she sicks her boys? She said somebody said she has paid security because of her mouth. Since they feel like you said that at the point that you see her, you're going to walk over to her and slap her, they could take that, okay, well, we got to slap him first then, right? Or at least approach him, and then a fight ensues. Funky Dineva ain't no bigger than a gnat, honey. I don't know who he's fighting all these millions of things, child. I mean, he's really skinny, child. There's always going to be beef on the internet, honey. And no matter what sector you're in, the rappers are always going to be fighting with each other. Even the athletes be beefing with each other. Hopefully they're not trying to hurt each other, but in anything, particularly when they're competitors, right? Now I don't know if it's intentional or not, but he's gotten a lot of viewership from this little beef, this little 15 minutes he put in. Right? I don't think it's one of his best. He just was saying the same thing. His best ones were from the ones that I've seen were against Kaya, when Kaya accused him of being a drug addict and snorting drugs off the counter in public, and the one with his check of Monique. Those were his classics for me. But he is true in the general way. He doesn't come after other YouTubers till they get to be famous. If he slaps her, He can kiss his career goodbye. That's right. They locked that ass up, honey. Locked up. They won't let me out. I don't know why he would even say something like that. To say it's on site, honey, that's a direct threat, child. What's she supposed to do when she see you start running? I mean, you are a male still. And I don't know no man that's going to sit up and let you slap his wife. So you say you're going to beat up the husband too? Funky Dineva? Do you weigh in over 150 pounds? I don't know about all this beating up people and stuff, man. Hopefully nobody is packing down there in Atlanta, Georgia. And the thing is, they're all in Atlanta, Georgia, honey. These things could actually happen. Mm-hmm. I hope he apologizes for this today. I had one too many glasses of wine. They are not worth losing what he has worked so hard for. Yeah, it would definitely be the end of it if he were to actually physically attack her. Well, they would definitely arrest him. People who like you, though, they're forgiving. Eventually, when you got out of jail, right? But since they have it on tape, and they would these days they use these videos in court. They would definitely play that. She has definitely downloaded it. If anything, if there was an incident, something was to happen. Y'all saw what happened with TS and Kaya. Didn't they end up in court? Hey, ding dong. Oh, here I come. Oh boy, big trouble. Come on. Oh, here I come. Dee. Uh-oh. Get it, bummy, in the dungeon. Go take your ass in the dungeon. Oh, you're quiet now, huh? When the daddy get up. He said, Daddy, you ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna no more touch me. I never touch my baby. Do I, baby? Daddy, has my daddy ever hit me on my bum? Never. Because he loved me. I don't like all that barking, baby. He is fed up with Tasha K. He's fed up with her, but they've been fed up for a long time. What's going on, Nikki B? Who is this here? Thank you, Curl Baby, for the super chat. How come y'all stopped giving us any money? I mean, everybody got to eat, honey. Shit. Thank you, Curl Baby. I appreciate you. Y'all don't know how to do nothing over here. Don't forget my birthday, April 6th. April 6th. All the drama with Funky Dineva. Yeah, I don't watch any of them. If I watched the shows, then I probably would. But happy Tuesday. He lives in Miami now? No, he lives in Atlanta now, but Atlanta's social scene is small. He lives in Miami. No, he rented a house in Atlanta. In Miami, he was in apartments and so forth, and he was doing that TGIF. But soon after that, he moved. I guess he stacked some money. He was making a lot of money, and he moved back to Atlanta, where he started off at. And he was he's in this great big old house now. She even showed, if you watched the video of her yesterday, she even showed this big ass house he's in. It's a big I don't know why would you do that much space? Maybe he's a party guy. He'll start having parties at his house or something. But he's in this great big old house. It looks like the house has got to be 3,000-4,000 feet. But that you can do that in Atlanta. And she exposed that even his rent. She said he's paying 40. She looked it up, of course. He's paying $4,500 a month in rent for this house. He can afford it. Now, we have to be careful with this internet fame, though, because you're making that much now. Do you want to be in a house that's requiring that if you're not always making that? You can't assume that you're always going to make that much money. But he can afford it, Maybe at some point he'll be able to purchase that one or another one so that he can put something away, some equity. April 6th, people. April 6th. ATL should just let it go. It was almost 10 years ago Yeah, easy, but that content, baby, you need that content every day. Uh-huh. We go to church every Sunday. We call it YouTube, a little old town. All YouTube. Plus, I think she actually likes talking about him. She doesn't have that much new, fresh information. So it's basically just a repeat of, okay, girl, so you evicted somebody. I mean, how interesting is that for us? In the original video, she was crying. I remember I came around about that time. She was crying. Oh, look at shit on the floor. Well, girl, get you some napkins and clean it up. That is your responsibility as a landlord or a person. Don't you have a maintenance person to go and do all that? Don't you, when he moves out, don't you paint the walls? Don't you have to clean the carpets? Don't you have to get the thing in shape anyway? You took such offense because people like the word shit, apparently. You kept harping on the shit and your washer and dryer. Now, some people say that washer and dryer weren't worth but about $50, girl. But you got a whole lot of content out of that washer and dryer. Mm-hmm. Seemed like she is jealous of his success. He has taken off and she is just stagnant. Mm-hmm. How stagnant is she though, Nikki Beach? Let's check the numbers. Hold on a second. Okay, let's check the numbers. Well, I got him on here already. He's got 446,000 subscribers. Let me get back. Okay, he's got 400. Where's it at? 446K subscribers. Right, so he's getting 10, 12,000 on his videos. Now I gotta lose him, and let's see what Michelle the alien ATLN. Is that what she called her name? No, let's go with Michelle Brown. Michelle. Now she started before him, and she claims that she's the one that taught him how to YouTube. Michelle Brown. And let's go over to her page.
This is what I posted.
And she's got 100. She's got a video today as well, of course. She's got 118,000. So she's been at about 118,000 for almost all that 10 years. Maybe she started off about, 80 or whatever. She's got her plaque there for years. So she's got to kind of reach her max at 118. What are her numbers today for this new beef? So far, the new beef has gotten 16,000 views for her. So he's helping her no matter if he knows it or not. So he's got approximately 4 times the numbers that she has when she started off having numbers and him's just starting out, right? So that's where the resentment comes on her end. Mm-hmm. Plus the lawsuit, that never makes friends of people. Hey, so Sister Number One Show, how you doing? You here by yourself today? I mean, they got everybody interested in this beef, honey. So when you got 100,000 views and all that kind of, it actually turns into just a little bit of change, honey. So he came on before when he was fighting with Kaya and showed us how much he got from one Kaya video. It was something like what was it, $1,700 for talking for 40 minutes. Mm-hmm. When is your moderator's birthdays? I don't know. Maybe they want to post them. There was a time when y'all was still blessing, we could bless the moderator sometimes. Now, that's been a long time ago, child. Now they bless me occasionally. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Soul Sister Morning Show, y'all been faithful faithful moderators, if there's anything you want to communicate, don't hesitate. Don't worry about whose channel it is, your birthdays or things you're talking about on your channels. Feel free, honey. This is your channel as well. Tim ain't saying what. See what he did to her home. He a pig for that. Oh, child, please. If y'all fighting, why would you clean up her house? You ain't gonna clean it. You probably told the dog to shit. Didn't even take him outside that day, honey. Right? They had been fighting for months, honey. And she been giving him hell. She catching hell. That wasn't all that much, child. You talk to any landlord, they'll tell you they have to come in there, honey, and re-clean. In this apartment building, sometimes apartment will sit for 3-4 months before they even put anybody in there, because they got to get people coming in, redo the floors and redo the walls and do all that shit. And they don't seem to be in any rush, but they got to get the apartment back, into rentable shape. She got to do that anyway. It's just, at that point, it was just content, right? People love a good beef. No beef like a beef with somebody who used to be your friend. Why? Because you have the information. You know the tea. But when that tea was 10 years ago, honey, you have to struggle. So maybe he'll come and make clear why he wants to slap Tasha K. He better hope he don't do it. But I said that no, he's not any. People they sound tough on here, child. People is not tough, right? Well, you think all the people are gonna sit around and let you slap this woman? Come on, man. If her husband would let you do it, honey, I would want a divorce. She accused him of stealing the appliances. He stole my washer and dryer. Where's my washer and dryer? He must have got a decent apartment after that, because why would you need a washer and dryer, honey? She made it sound like he was going to the shelter. Stealing the appliances. And he did a video addressing it all. And she won the lawsuit because, well, she won the lawsuit. Isn't that kind of it? He know he was poor at that time. If he was using, he knew he was using. If he wasn't a crackhead, he was certainly using. I mean, he was going out all the time, or whatever. He was a young man. That's what young people do, honey. I'm so glad that crack epidemic, it seems to be subsiding. Unfortunate. Oh, let me tell you this other story. Yesterday was a strange day. First of all, when I first woke up, they had to test the goddamn fire alarms, right? Which means I got to go walk the dog for 3 hours while they test each floor for the fire alarm. This is supposed to be an annual thing. But the man told me coming in the building that we're going to be doing that at 10 o'clock. So I was exhausted. Dog was exhausted. We came back. What happened next? Oh, then I started watching to get caught up on the internet, and the goddamn Wi-Fi went out. As you guys recall, last week the Wi-Fi went out. So the Wi-Fi went out again. That was 2 hours. I got to sit in this apartment with no internet, no computer, no nothing, no TV. It's all Wi-Fi, right? Later on, somebody told me that what's all that construction outside your building? So I don't know if that's Comcast or not. Maybe that's Comcast. That's why the Wi-Fi keep going out. Well, lo and behold, I came back. I started getting settled in to watch The Sopranos. And Lord have mercy, an hour and a half later, the damn thing went out again. The damn thing went out again, the Wi-Fi, right? So it was a miserable day. So then I said, well, let me go and fill some of this medication. I had to go over. I do everything in Safeway, which is next door. I go and I'm standing in line at Safeway for my medication. And right on the floor under my feet is a bag of crystal meth. Apparently, this is fell out of somebody's pocket. A bag of crystal meth. Of course, my impulse is to pick it up. I mean, it looked like it was $75, $80 worth of crystal, right? Now, I ain't touched no crystal meth in 25 years, and I don't even I don't even know why I even picked it up, really. It just seemed like a waste to be sitting there. Maybe in the back of my mind, I said, oh, I'll give this to the boys. And we make love. I don't know what I was thinking, child. But I brought it home, and the Holy Ghost told me, as soon as I walked out of Safeway, you throwing that in the toilet. There's no reason to even have that around you. Why would you even want to think about something like that? It's in your house. So I had already said, well, when I get home, I'm going to throw it in the toilet. Why I didn't just throw it on the street. But then I was walking back behind Safeway, and I said, look at these people. I mean, the drug addicts were so tore up, honey. They're so bent over now. It's not crystal, it's fentanyl. We have an epidemic of fentanyl here, right? So everybody's bent down on the ground. You can walk by, they don't even look up, kind of thing. So I said, no, that's from the devil. That shit is from the devil. So I come in the house, I go immediately to the toilet, but whatever, I can't resist smelling it. And there's no smell to it. Now, I was in the crystal meth business for 17 years, honey. I know crystal when I smell it, right? There was no smell to it, but it looked just like crystal meth. And why would it be in a bag at the pharmacy, right? So then I thought, oh shit, this is fentanyl. I bet this is probably fentanyl. Whatever it was in the toilet, the devil trying to tempt me, honey. So that whole day was just a strange day. Fortunately, when the Wi-Fi finally does come on, this story was there. But by then it was too late. Come through, Holy Ghost. Oh, he talks to me all the time, baby. He tells me, danger, Will Smith, danger. Mm-hmm. Why even pick it up? Well, every time I've seen, sometimes you'll find weed on the street or something like that. You know, how you just walk past it? No. But I haven't experienced that in years. I don't think I've ever saw a bag of crystal meth on the ground. But there was probably fentanyl, because that's who's been hanging around lately. And they are really bad. And some of them kids, they're like 19, 20 years old. It's heartbreaking, honey. So no, we don't want to give that to nobody else. Contribute to the devil's Satan. We got to drag that kingdom down. Oh, glory, Satan. One of my favorite songs. Mm-hmm. Anyway, people, we just want to touch base with this story here. If you guys are followers of ATL, then you'll probably be seeing more of this. Dineva he said he already regretted bringing it up. Well, why'd you bring it up? But they'll probably talk about this for another day or two. That fentanyl is a mess. They give Narcan. We have Narcan posted by our elevators here. Anywhere you go, they got Narcan everywhere because you can save somebody's life. It's really bad, man. It's destroying these people's bodies. You see these big humps in their backs from being bent over all the time. It's horrible. Just pray God they come out of it. There's just be a period for them as well. Mm-hmm. You love when I sing that song? Hi, Almond Brown. How you doing, girl? Almond Brown, I'm 3/4 of the way to my new novel. It's called, the first one was called, in this new series, it's called The Battle. So I don't know what I'm going to call this one, but this is a political novel. Of course, it's got, other things in there, like spirits. April 6th is Timothy Blaine's birthday. Don't y'all forget, please, honey. Y'all done forgot all about the old man. Or some people say the old punk in San Francisco. Thanks for coming in, people. Y'all have a blessed day.